Over notes 4, we're going to solve multi-step inequalities. First thing we need to be reminded of that on number 1 right here, when x is less than -2, we're going to have an open circle at -2 and less than will go to the left. Number 2, x is less than or equal to -2. So if it's also equal, then we're going to have a closed circle, and again, less than is going to go to the left. And those rules are up here in this box. Number 3, x is greater than 4, so it's going to be an open circle, and greater than will go to the right. Number 4, x is greater than or equal, so it'll be a closed circle going to the right. Up here on number 5, translation. Is at most represents less than or equal to symbol. So when you have x is less than or equal, when x is at most 9, that represents x is less than or equal to 9. On number 6, when you have the phrase is at least, that represents greater than or equal to symbols. So an example, x is at least 10, so that would represent x is greater than or equal to 10. So then on 7, 8, and 9, they want you to translate the sentence, then graph the following problems. So the verb is separates the equation in two. Otherwise, the phrase more than and less than by itself without the verb is would represent an expression like x plus 4 or x minus 4. So on number 7, x is more than 7. So then your graph would look like this, where in 7 be an open circle and greater than would go to the right. Number 8, x is at most. So that would be x is at most would be less than or equal to 9. So then be a closed circle at 9, and less than would go to the left. Number 9, x is at least 4. So it would be x is greater than or equal to 4. So the number line would have a 4, and it would be a closed circle, and greater than would go to the right. On the back page, we're going to look for patterns that will help you determine whether you're going to keep the inequality going the same way as in the initial problem or whether you need to flip it. So let's look at some beginning statements right here on number 1. 7 is equal to 7. Well, if you transform it and add 3 to both sides, you get 10 is equal to 10. Is that true? Yes, it is. Number 2, they start off with 8 is equal to 8. If you divide both sides by -2, you get -4 is equal to -4, which is a true statement. Number 3, 8 is equal to 8. If you multiply both sides by -4, you get -32 is equal to -32, which is true. Number 4, if you start off with 5 is less than 7, which it's true, and add 3 to both sides, then it comes to be 8 is less than 10. Is this true or false? It's true. So all these statements start off as being true, and then when you add the transformation to it, we're going to see if the resulting statement is still true. So 5, 8 is greater than 7. If you subtract 10 from both sides, you get -2 is greater than -3, which is true. On number 6, 6 is less than 8. If you divide both sides by -2, you get -3 is less than -4. This is false because -3 is closer to 0. Number 7, you start off with 18 is less than or equal to 36. If you divide both sides by 3, 6 is less than or equal to 12, which is true. On number 8, 10 is greater than 5. If you multiply both sides by negative 4, then you get negative 40 is greater than negative 20. This is a false statement. Number 9, negative 2 is less than 4. If you multiply both sides by 8, negative 16 is less than 32. Well, a negative is less than a positive. So this is a true statement. So what we need to summarize here, therefore, when you multiply or divide by a negative, you must flip the inequality symbol. So what we're going to do is practice solving some of the inequalities, and we're going to see if we need to flip the inequality symbol after we solve it. So on problem 10, this will be negative 4 minus, this is like a negative 1. You can treat that as your distributor. So negative 1 times 3x is negative 3x. Negative 1 times negative 5 is positive 5, which will be greater than 13. Then you can combine the like terms. So negative 4 plus 5 gives you 1. So 1 minus 3x is greater than 13. Subtract 1 from both sides. So negative 3x is greater than 12. When you divide both sides by negative 3, we were told that when you multiply or divide on that last statement by a negative, you have to flip the inequality symbol from what it was first started as. So instead of greater than, it's now going to become less than negative 4. Let's take a look at number 11. Negative 3/4 times 8. So negative 3 times 8 is negative 24 negative 24 divided by 4 is negative 6x. Then negative 3 times negative 20 is 60 divided by 4 is 15. So this, forgot to put my pen, plus 15 is less than negative 15. Then we're going to subtract 15 from both sides. So we have negative 6x is less than negative 30. And we're going to divide both sides by negative 6. So when you divide by a negative, you're going to flip the inequality symbol. Negative 30 divided by negative 6 is positive 5. And that's it.